Hello folks, L.A. Little, TA Today. I'm going to talk about significance today because it's very clear right now that if you're not picking out what's significant, you're going to get burned. And I'm going to start here with the S&P. We'll look at a couple other things, but primarily, if you look at this guy right here, this is significant. Why is this significant? Well, it's a swing point low. It's a retest regen. But you can see as we come into it, there is supply there. There was supply on the day that we hit it, right? This day, and we sold off hard. And then you get the big bounce here on Thursday. And what does it do? It goes right back up into it. And what do? They sell it again. You end up with a doji. Folks, that is a significant area. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter why. What matters is what is significant. When you look at a chart, at least on the TA Today charts, it doesn't matter whatever you're looking at. I suspect that most of you look at charts that have a lot more than 60 bars on a chart. But I think 60 is a good number. Why? Because, you get past 60, you get 70, 80, 90, 100, 300, whatever the number is out here on a daily chart. It's too much data. What matters is what's closest to time and price. And if you're way back here looking at something, the significance of that is a lot less. And so when I look at a chart, I'm going to keep it to 60 bars. And when I look at the 60 bars, then I can start to pick out what's important and what isn't. Now, of those 60, at least half, usually about 60% of them, are going to be meaningless. They're not going to have any value whatsoever. And so you've got to be able to decide which ones have value. Wide price spread bars like this one, right? Like this one here, this one over here. Those are important. Here's another one. Where the high and the low are hugely, in size compared to everything else on the chart. For whatever reason, there was a lot of angst that day, or a lot of excitement, or whatever it was that took place. That is significant. You don't have to know why, you just have to know that it happened. The other thing, in which you don't see much of here, but you'll see on other charts, is do you have high volume bars? And there's not very many. Most of them are about the same on the S&P. But you can find bars in various charts. Here, take Oracle's chart, for example. There was a huge volume bar right here compared to all the other bars. That's a significant bar. If you're under it, that's a supply, right? That's a big supply zone there. Until you can get back through that supply zone, you have to assume they're going to try and press this thing lower. And that's even after they've pressed it as low as they have for as long as they have. Significance is important. It's important for you to understand so that you can look at a chart and pick out where those areas are on a chart where you want to focus your attention. When it got up into here this morning, I was focused on a short. Matter of fact, I told the community that I speak with daily that you gotta be looking at a short, and I took a short there. You have to recognize what's significant. I can't emphasize it enough. Is this market going to continue higher? We don't know that. In general, this market is very strong. It's strong over here, right? Has been. It's strong here. So I just want to leave you with that thought. As for Friday, given the fact that they hit this area, and they hit it with decent volume, decent price spread, in terms of coming back up. If it does end up back up there tomorrow, and it's unable to get over it, and it's Friday, you have to think they're going to push it right back down the other way. And so be focused on that on Friday. And, if they do start to push this, if this low blows out, that's going to be a problem. I want to point you to something else I haven't talked about, but I think is important, is Bitcoin. if you look at Bitcoin, this thing cannot hold price, right? Every time it tries to push up, it gets pushed right back down. This area down here at 80, if this folds, it's going to 74, right? 74 is the number. If it gets past a 74 on the way down, this bull market's over. And I can show you that over here. I'll just type it in. We'll look at it. If you look at over here, here's your 74 number here, 74,436. This swing point low. You break that guy, you've actually turned your trend, and it's going to be bearish. And so this is kind of a critical area. And if you look at the way it's setting up one of those dreaded H-type patterns, which means it's going to potentially break to the downside. And there's a lot of people out there still saying, hey, you know, you hang on to this, everything's going to work out. Well, maybe it will. But until it shows us that it can, you need to be careful. And the reason I bring this up is this, to me, is a risk on, off type situation, right? Is it risk off or is it risk on? Well, right now it's risk off. And risk off pervades across everything. It's pervasive. And right now it's affecting the equities as well, it appears. Or at least, you know, it's not that Bitcoin's affecting it. Bitcoin is a precursor to whatever it is that's affecting it. Hopefully that's useful. I'd love to see some more comments out there. You know, what are you trading? What are you trying to do? What's working, what's not? I can use those ideas to generate better videos for the future. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like. If not, well, tell me that too. And I'll see you next time. Take care.